YouTube, what's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're going to be talking about American Horror Stories Season 2, Episode 5, entitled Bloody Mary. Now, if you've been to this channel before, you already know how we do it. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, the grade, and then we on to that next one, right? So again, American Horror Story Season 2, Episode 5, entitled Bloody Mary. So in this episode, we open up on four friends, and they're about to play the game of Bloody Mary. Now, the four friends, I believe it's Maggie, Lena, Elise, and Bianca. All right. Now, Lena is telling a story of Bloody Mary to her friends. So, anyways, they decide to do it, and then Bianca ends up getting too scared to do it, so she runs out of the bathroom. Her older sister, Bianca's older sister, Elise, comes out and talks her into doing it, and so they end up doing it. But this time when they do it, they're not all in the same room. They all are in different rooms with mirrors by themselves in the dark. And so they do the ritual, and they all end up seeing Bloody Mary. All right. And when they see Bloody Mary, she tells them, this is a different take on Bloody Mary as well. Like, you can kind of bargain for something, but you got to do something for her. So each individual girl has a talk with Bloody Mary, right? Bloody Mary asks them to do something in order for them to get what they want. Like one wishes for riches, one wishes to be the leader of her cheerleading squad. One wishes to be able to go out with like her boyfriend again or something like that. And the other one, I'm not really too sure of what she wished for. Bianca, I'm not sure what Bianca's wish was. But either way, she had a wish too, right? It was a wish to get into Yale, and in order for her to do it, like I said, in order for these wishes to come true, like I said, they have to do something, like to do a dirty deed for Bloody Mary. So anyways, they all get scared. They all tell each other, "Oh, I saw her. Oh, I saw her too. I saw her too. I saw her too. She wanted me to do this in order for me to get this." So anyways, they like leave, and Bianca and Elise, they go back home, and then I don't know if Lena and Maggie, if they spent the night with each other, or maybe they went their own separate ways as well. I don't know. But anyways, also, if you do not do these deeds that Bloody Mary wants, she's gonna come and kill you. She can come take your eyes out and come and kill you. All right. They also had a scare, like they heard all three of the girls when they were doing the Bloody Mary ritual. They heard their friend Maggie like screaming, so they walked into the bathroom, and they can see her getting her eyes like gouged out by Bloody Mary. But they cut on the light. When they cut on the light, it's not even happening. Like it was like a hallucination. But anyways, all the girls split up except for Ellie and Bianca. They end up going home, and we see that their mom is like, it's not a mom. You know what I'm saying? She has bad ways about her. And the mom basically kicks them out and tells them, "Hey, I'm supposed to get a night on my own, so I don't know what you guys are doing here. You guys need to get out of here. You guys are old enough, so get out of here. So Bianca and Ellie, they go sleep in the car, and then like Bianca's like really scared, and Ellie's like, you know what, it's gonna be cool. Like, don't trip. Like, everything's gonna be good. So they both shut their eyes to go to sleep, and you can see in the mirror on the door mirror, you can see Bloody Mary looking at them, right? Um, so the next day, all the girls are at school, um, and their teacher is actually teaching them about reflections, like mirror reflections, and it's weird because they just did that, the Bloody Mary thing, right? So the teacher flips the whiteboard over, and it's a mirror on there, a big mirror, and all the girls are looking at the mirror at the same time, and they end up seeing Bloody Mary. And the girls get freaked out because Bloody Mary is like, I told you guys to do this and do that. So basically, um, let me tell you like what Bloody Mary wants from each individual. So Lena wants to be captain of the cheer team, right? In order for her to do that, she has to paralyze the original captain of the cheerleader team. Maggie wants to be with her old boyfriend, but in order to do that, she has to, um, like basically pull up dirt on her new boyfriend. I'm sorry, pull up dirt on her old boyfriend's new girlfriend. In order for that to happen, Bianca wants to go to Yale, but in order for that to happen, she has to accuse her like teacher of raping her. And then Elise wants to be rich, but she says that she has to hurt somebody. But we never found out who that person is that she says she has to hurt. So those are the things. Those are what they wanted, and that's what Bloody Mary wants from them in order for those things to come true. But anyways, the girls are all freaking out from seeing Bloody Mary in the teacher's classroom. So they all run away and go outside. And then when they're all outside with each other, Lena tells the story of her mother not being able to go to this party when she was younger, a long time ago. And she figures that because everybody that was at that party ended up dying one by one, or they went crazy and they went to the psych ward. So she figures that over at that party, the people did the Bloody Mary ritual, and that's what happened to those people. So it was kind of a good thing that her mother was not able to go to that party, right? So, anyways, Bianca sees like the teacher she's supposed to accuse of rape, and she's basically talking to him about getting accepted to Yale. He's saying, and then they just have this whole situation where they just talk about getting accepted to Yale. That's basically that conversation. But she doesn't accuse him of rape. Um, and she sees Bloody Mary in the mirror in there as well, so she freaks out, right? And she sees him also a premonition of the teacher hanging. Then we see Maggie, and she's talking to her old boyfriend. I believe his name was like let me just make sure, bro. Anyway, his name is like Lake or River or something like that. I don't know. Dumb name. Anyways, we see her and she's talking to him. And she's like, "Yo, I should have never broke up with you, whatever it may be." And then his new girlfriend comes up, and then it kind of makes it awkward or whatever it may be. And then Maggie ends up seeing Bloody Mary's image in a mirror in her locker. So she gets freaked out. She runs away. Then we see Lena. She's actually getting ready for, to go practice her cheer. And then in the mirror, she sees Bloody Mary, gets freaked out. And then we find out that Elise is actually trying to figure out a way to get rid of Bloody Mary. She's like looking up the history of Bloody Mary. Um, so then from there, um, we see that Lena has decided she doesn't want to die, and so she's going to actually do what Bloody Mary said she wanted her to do, which is paralyze the cheer leader captain. Um, Elise, Bianca, and Maggie go to the little practice that they have, thinking that Elise, I'm sorry, thinking that Alina's gonna go through with it, but she doesn't end up going through with it. Um, and then we still see that Elise is still trying to figure out things on Bloody Mary. Um, and then we see Bianca gets visited by Bloody Mary again, and she tells her, like, she's been patient, and if you don't do what I told you to do by tomorrow midnight, then I'm gonna come for you. So Bianca goes outside. Elise comes back from um, somewhere, because we don't know where she we don't know where she went. And Elise sees that Bianca's like all disturbed and stuff like that. She's like, what happened? Da da da. And then all of a sudden, Maggie runs up and she's like, "Oh my God, Lena's dead, whatever it may be." Like, and I just went over there and I found out that she's dead. Like, her mom is sad and crying, all stuff like that. And then we actually get to see like an image of what happened to Lena, man. And she got her eyes like gouged out and her face all cut up, and it was just like crazy, bro. So, of course, this freaks the girls out more. Um, so Elise ends up going to this museum to find out more about Bloody Mary again, and she does. We then go to um, Maggie, and she's now to the point of like, she'll do what Bloody Mary says because she doesn't want to die. So she's basically has to upload this video of her ex boyfriend's. She has to upload a video of her ex boyfriend's new girlfriend, and we find out that her ex boyfriend's new girlfriend is actually cheating on her ex. Um, so she's just about to do it, but then Maggie changes her mind and she can't do it. Then we see Bianca and Elise going to like this cabin to break the spell of Bloody Mary. And then Elise and Bianca steal like this specific knife that was at the museum that's supposed to be a knife that Bloody Mary had used. Then Bianca and Elise go to Maggie's house probably to have her tag along, and then they find out that she's dead. She's got her eyes gouged out as well, whatever else it may be. So Elise and Bianca get scared. They head to the woods to basically get this thing over with. And what happens is Elise summons Bloody Mary, and then Bloody Mary's like asks, Elise, did you bring everything I told you to bring? And Bianca's like, what is she talking about? Whatever it may be. And then we find out that all along, Elise was the one that was killing the people. Elise killed Lena, Elise killed Maggie, and now she's got to kill Bianca. And then we see that when Elise talked to Bloody Mary, she was told to basically, hurt everybody and, hurt her friends, and, and she doesn't actually really want fame, or she doesn't actually really want money. She wants the ability to be stable and not have to worry about nobody and depend on herself like that, stuff like that, because the way it is right now, she doesn't really have a real mom to depend upon, and then she's always looking out for her younger sister, so, she just like is tired of it, you know what I'm saying? Um, so, anyways, we find out, like I said, that Bloody Mary and um, Elise came up with this deal to basically hurt her friends, and then also to give Bloody Mary the stuff so that Bloody Mary could be free, and then Elise will be able to be fine and everything like that, right? So Elise ends up trying to kill Bianca, but Bianca overcomes Elise, and then she ends up killing Bianca. I'm sorry, she ends up. Elise tries to kill Bianca, and then Bianca overcomes Elise and kills Elise. Then from there, we end up seeing that Bloody Mary and Bianca end up talking, and Bloody Mary basically tells her whole backstory of how, like, she came to be, and it was that, she was like with her son and a few other people that were slaves. They got tricked into going to this one house, thinking that they were gonna, kind of like an underground railroad type thing, like where they were gonna be saved, but it actually was a trick. And then there was this white woman that owned the house that was in charge of another slave, but the white lady would use the slave to tell people, hey, hey, come over here and everything's good, you know what I'm saying? And then when they would go there, they would lock up the slaves and then sell them. So anyways, what ends up happening is one of the nights the white lady's about to sell Bloody Mary's son. Oh no, one of the nights the white lady's about to sell Bloody Mary, and then she doesn't want to be separated from her son, and so that like makes her pissed off. They take her upstairs, and Bloody Mary ends up seeing a mirror, and she looks at herself, and it had been a long time since she's seen a mirror, and I guess she remembered that she was like had devoted herself to Mami Wata, which is like an African type of thing where they believe in like water spirits, and Mami Wata is basically like a mermaid or a siren, right? So she remembers that she had devoted herself to her, and then so she asks Mami Wata to, help her, give her the power to, overcome the situation, and so she does, and she ends up killing, all the people that were there in that room. She ends up killing the white lady, of course, and then the black girl that was like a slave herself, but that was being used by the white lady to trick the other slaves to come in. She ends up killing her too, but it's a bad deed because even though Shorty was doing wrong, she was being misled by the white lady. You know what I'm saying? And she really did feel like the white lady was her mother because she took her in and was helping her out, right? So, anyways, once that happened, Mami Wada basically like cursed her and put her inside the mirror, and so she ended up becoming Bloody Mary, right? And so, anyways, after Bianca figures that out and everything like that, Bianca ends up setting Bloody Mary free. But when she does, Bianca ends up being trapped into the mirror because there has to be somebody in the mirror. So Bloody Mary's free. Now Bianca is the new Bloody Mary, right? And so that's basically how the story and the episode ends. Three of my favorite scenes would be Lena's death. Second scene would be Bloody Mary's backstory, because it was a whole different story that we've ever heard before, and like I just like the way that they did it, and I really like the way that Bloody Mary looked. Like it was a different like take on it all around all together. My third favorite scene would be Bianca becoming Bloody Mary. Like that was dope. Like if she didn't want to do that, what I'm saying, whatever it may be, but towards the end they show this scene where this girl summons Bloody Mary, and it ends up being Bianca's version of Bloody Mary, and it just was cool to see. It was cool to see. That'll be three of my favorite scenes. The grade for this, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. This has been my favorite episode so far for American Horror Stories season 2. So, and I've liked every episode thus far as well, but like I said, this 5th episode was my favorite one. So yeah, man. Give it a 10 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. Did you guys like it? Do you feel like the season is staying strong, or do you feel like the season is falling off? All right. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insight. I'm Callie. Until next time.